Hi, Scrappy friends. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another edition of our 12 Days of Christmas. I really hope that you are enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun and getting a lot of Christmas layouts completed. So we are using the Creative Memories 110 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketchbook to create all 12 of these fabulous layouts. And today we're going to open up to page 105, which is this one right here. And yes, it's a little bit of a cheater because it's already a 2-page spread. And that's what we were doing. We were taking the single pages and creating them into double pages, but this one has been already done for us. So I'm going to go ahead and create today based off of the ideas that they have in the sketch. So a little bit of a cheater, but this book does have a handful or so of double page spreads, so we need to get those done as well, right? I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on the screen here so we can talk about it. It was a little bit harder to put the double page onto a slide. So as you can see, they used it as an Easter layout. So we're going to obviously change that up and use it for Christmas. Very straightforward sketch today. There's a pretty good sized border off on the left hand side with 3 photos going down the middle, and on the opposite side a smaller border with again 3 photos and a looks like part of a mat card at the top. So we're going to use just a few pieces of paper. If you look at the sketch, you'll see they have one 12 by 12 paper that they split into 2, one on 6 inches on each side, and a background piece. Might look a little similar to when we did our Keeping It Simple series and used the half and half design. This is basically a half and half design, and it's just going vertical. So come on back to my desk and I'll show you what we're going to use today. So of course we're dipping into the seasonal sightings, the current Christmas collection by Creative Memories, and I'm going to pull from all 3 of these different paper packs: the Seasonal Sightings Designer paper pack, the Shades of Seasonal Sightings paper pack, and the Totally Tonal Christmas pack. And this is what I have. I have some scraps here, as well as a full sheet, and then a very large scrap here. So you could see I've been really cutting into it and playing with this paper collection. Okay, so we saw that the green was really my only full sheet. So that's going to be kind of lie in the middle between both pages. The brown and the plaid we're going to put aside for later. And then we're going to take the red stripe, and that's going to have come on the right hand side. And then this beautiful red and green poinsettia paper will come over here on the left hand side. Okay, so that's going to be our page design. Okay, I'm going to cut these and I will weld them together in the back, probably with some washi tape. So I'll take a 6-inch piece from here and a 6-inch piece from here, cut this down in the middle, and then simply just weld them together behind. So before I do that, let me bring in my photos that I'm going to use. So I'm going to do something a little different on this layout. So these are photos from last year, and they're just miscellaneous photos of, basically prepping for the holidays. Baking, decorating the tree, hanging up lights. I just didn't feel like doing a layout for each one. So this is going to be more like a recap. In my 2021 album from last year, I already have a layout for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. So I thought, I just want to do one more layout of all the different prep that we did. So I have a lot of photos here. I have more than 6 like they show in the sketch. So I'm going to be pulling in some peekaboo pockets on this layout today. I'm going to just start kind of laying them out according to how they had it in the sketch. Now I have just a couple of tree decorating. Here's us making, well, mostly my daughter making pozole. So let's see, let's start with this one right here. So I could trim this one a little. Baking cookies, it'll go something like this. They don't really have a vertical in the inspiration, so I'm going to have to do some creative toggling with this and the border that I'm going to create, but that's okay. Here's another one of decorating the tree and then hanging the lights outside, and the dog always, you know, out there helping as well. So something like this. I'll have a vertical set, 2 horizontal sets, and then these 2 vertical photos right in the middle. So you'll see I'm going to have a peekaboo pocket here, 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 and here. So this will be a highly interactive page. And I know you're probably thinking, well, you have enough photos, just do another page. But I don't want to take up that much real estate in my album. I just want to have this one page, and I'll probably call it like Christmas prepping or something. So most of the photos I do want to keep in their whole form, especially if I'm using peekaboo pockets. So I'm going to have to still play around with how I'm going to do that. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the photos aside for a moment. These photos on the left and then these on my right hand side, so I remember how I wanted them. And I think the best thing to do is to work on the page layout and then create the borders and then come back and do my photo placement again. So give me one moment. I'll get my papers cut and welded together, and then I'll be back to create the borders. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're back, and that was very easy. I just cut them into 6-inch chunks like I was explaining, and then I welded them together on the back with a piece of washi tape. So pretty easy. If it's not sturdy enough when I go to put it in my album, then I'll decide whether to leave the cardstock that comes with my album in there for more stability or not. It really depends on what the other page is on the other side of the current page I'm putting in. Okay, so we're going to talk about the border and get the border in place, and then bring back those photos and try and place our borders back in. So if you look at the sketch, off to each side of the layout, there's 2 borders, and you can interpret that any way that you want. You could use 2 border strips. You can punch 2 borders out. You can use 1 border punch, 1 border making cartridge, however you want. It's totally up to you. There's a bigger strip on the side, which I do like that, and then they kind of repeated the inside. In the inspiration sketch, they put a pretty wide border off to the side and then 2 borders, but on the left hand side, but then on the right hand side, they just repeated the border sticker and the punch. So I do want to kind of keep it as similar as possible. So I'm going to kind of follow what they did, and I'm going to bring in my border stickers. And this is a very narrow one, but I thought, you know what, this will add just the right amount of neutral colors palette to our layout. So I'm going to use both of these, one on each side. So on the left hand side, let me turn this, they have it right up to the edge, and I like that too. So I'm going to do the same thing and put it right up to the edge. Very thin, it's about 1/4 of an inch wide, and I'm just going to put that over here. Okay, kind of like a stopping place for our layout. Okay, and then this one will go on that page, but I do need to do some more, but this goes on after the border, before the border punch. So, okay, so for my border punch, I'm going to bring in this beaded oval. Now this is not available any longer. It was a promotional item. The reason I want to use this border punch is because, for whatever reason, it reminds me of candy. It reminds me of Christmas candy. It reminds me of this garland that my mom used to have at Christmas time hanging around our house, which was just little pieces of fake candy wrapped up in cellophane. It was fake. It wasn't real candy, but this for some reason reminds me of that. I've been wanting to put this on a Christmas layout, so today's the day. So what I'm going to do with this is punch out, and I just went to my scraps to see what kind of gave me that feeling of the candy we used to have, and I thought this orangey paper was perfect. So let's give this a try. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up to the line in the front of the border punch and push it to the back, and punch down. And I will need 2 of these, 1 for each side. Okay, so here we go. So again, I don't know why it reminds me of the candy, but of course you can use any punch that you have that gives you the feeling of your layout. So I think for this border, I might have to do 1 inch. So I'm going to have to back it going this direction. I'm going to have to align it up with the background to cover it all up. And I also could now maybe alternate the colors. Maybe I could do green and bring in a little bit of a yellow or something to match that and just alternate them. And then it would be like different pieces of candy are wrapped up. So let me give that a try. Okay, so bring in my mat here. So if I'm gonna go red, it might take a little bit of trimming on this one. This one might take a little bit of extra time, but I really want to get that feel of the candy. So I will continue this. I will go every other one. I will go red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, and then I will come back and show you my finished product. Let me do one more. There we go. And it will go right over here. Yep, that's going to be super cute. You can't really see the red on the red, so I'm glad I'm going to put some green and yellow in there as well. Okay, so I will do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I completed backing the candy garland over on the right-hand side, and I went ahead and adhered that down. I left this one loose because I still do need to play with my border strip over here that I still want to make. So to back it, I just brought in some green, and I actually brought in some gold shimmer from my stash, and I just backed it like that and trimmed around it. And I really do feel like this is just enough of an accent, and it brings back that candy garland I was going for. So the last step in our border is to create the border I'm going to make over on this side. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer because I'm going to bring back in this poinsettia paper because I like the back side is this green and white polka dot. And I think what I'm going to do is do a 2-inch cut and put it right over here, right up to the edge. I went to the edge on that end, so I want to go to the edge over here. And then this will go probably right on top of that. And then our last border sticker will go right on the edge. For my border, I liked how they had the different sections bordered off. So I thought I got this really cute little doily die cut. And what I was thinking was to bring in some of those using the brown piece of paper. I'll cut out 5 of those. And then I cut out 5 poinsettias from my Cricut. It's the digital art kit that matches this, and I thought what I would do is put 1 on each doily, and I think I could fit 5 there. So let me go cut out the doilies and I'll be right back. Okay, and here they are cut out of the brown paper. Should fit perfectly on there. I'm going to line up all 5 of them. I like to have an odd number. That's the only reason I went with 5. You can space out as many as you want. So it'll look like this. Let's bring this up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then I will put a flower on each one, probably just changing up ever so slightly where the green leaf is pointing. Okay, so that's going to go off to the side like that. Then I will bring back in the border strip. So now we kind of know where our border's going to sit. So let's bring back in our photos and kind of get a better idea. Let's see, we'll put that like that. Actually, I'll move it up like this. And then that gives me room down here for my peekaboo pocket. Gives me plenty of room. And then over here, again, I wanted to have the Christmas trees lining up next to each other. And then my horizontal photos in the peekaboo pocket. I have one more photo to print, and so that'll go underneath there. And then I will slightly change up my layout ever so slightly because of my border. My border is a little bit larger, but that's okay. I love it. I love it. I basically got 6 photos on here, like they have, just a different orientation. So make sure to always do that with your sketches. You change it to fit your photos instead of changing your photos to fit the sketch. Now in the sketch, you can see they have 2 matted. They have one up in the corner and then the middle one. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this plaid, and I'm just going to mat these 2 photos of the tree. I have the plaid, but the other side is this green, which actually I really like that green. So I will cut 2 mats and we'll see which side we like best. So I know that my photos are 4 inches wide, so I'll do 4 1/4, and I'll do 2 of those, and then 6 1/4. Okay, let's see, do we like this green check or the darker plaid? This paper is so beautiful. I like both sides. I think what I want to do is I want to lighten it up a little bit, so I am going to use the light green. I think that definitely helps my picture to pop. And then of course these won't be matted because they'll all be inside peekaboo pockets. So let me finish getting my border adhered down. I will grab some peekaboo pockets so I can demonstrate how I'm going to do that. I'll get these matted and adhered down, and I will get the bottom photo on each peekaboo pocket adhered down as well. And we will come back and we will get this page embellished. Okay, hold on one moment. Okay, so I'm back and I do have everything adhered down. I matted the photos, I adhered the whole border. I did pop up the poinsettia flowers up onto some foam tape, and I really like it. Once I added this border here, I just felt like my whole layout just kind of came together. I went ahead and put down the base for my peekaboo pockets, and I have all my pockets here ready to go when I'm ready to put this into a page protector. Okay, so let's embellish, and let's talk about where we are going to embellish. So let's pull in our circles and our cards. Okay, so big cluster, I'm gonna go my biggest area, which is right over here. I think maybe the medium cluster will go right over here. And maybe if any, I feel like I am really running out of room, I might go here, but I have to be very careful of the peekaboo pocket, and I think I'm going to have it go this way. Let's see. Oh, I might have the pictures in backwards, but it'll be flipping this way. So like that. So yeah, either there, or I do have a little bit of room in that photo right there. So I might do that as well. As far as title, it can go here or here. I think I'm going to put it over here because I will show you what I'm going to do for that. And then journaling, maybe right under here. Looks like it might be a good place to kind of put everything right down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do for my journaling is I originally was going to call it Christmas Prep, since we were getting ready for Christmas. And then as I was going through the mat cards, I saw this one and it says Deck the Halls. And then right down here at the bottom, I didn't realize this before, but it has an asterisk, and then the asterisk says, and bless this mess. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Except it's too big for my page. So I am going to trim this down and only take the Deck the Halls part. Then I can save this for a future layout. And then this one, I love it because it's going to go right over here. It'll be perfect. in my line here. And then I have this whole area up here that I can use now as my embellishment base. I could put it here, but I'm not sure I want to cover up that much of my poinsettia paper. So let's hold off on that. Okay, so our embellishment will still go here. I could still slide this down if we need to. Okay, so that's going to be our title, journaling. Put this one aside for a moment, and let's see what we have for embellishing. I'll bring in my tray and my sticker sheets. And then also for this layout, I brought in, again, these older Creative Memory stickers. I especially liked these cookie stickers here because that's the type of cookies we were making. Let's decide what we're going to do here. Now over here, I did like the fact that it had these, and I could either fussy cut those out, but we do have some here on the sticker sheet left. So I thought what I would do is take this one and maybe just put it on our card, probably going straight up and down. Yeah, like that. And then we also have this red one. Kind of want some more. Well, it has green. Let's try a longer one. I'm going to pop this one up onto some foam tape. It'll be easier to work with. Okay, and then I'll put this like that, and then let's pick our sticker to use. There, I dusted it with a little bit of powder from my tool so that I could move it around a little easier so it won't be stuck down. Okay, so it's going to go something like that. So I want to stagger the ornaments and have the ornaments touching, and then tuck the present in like that. Yep, I love that area. Okay, so that came out pretty nice. Now over here, let's see what we want to do. But I do need something for a base. Maybe I'll go with a Christmas tree. Let's see. Let me put a little powder on the back. That could be the base, and I like that. And then I do feel like we need something else over there. No place like home for the holidays. That's cute. And then maybe I could tuck my tree to the side of that. Okay, let's go with that for a moment, and I like that. Up at the top here, if we're going to add something, it does need to be something red, in my opinion. Maybe we bring in a poinsettia flower here to kind of bring that theme in from that side. Let's see, yep, I do, I like that. And let's see, I was able to cut out one more doily when I cut out for my border out of that little piece of paper. Maybe do that so I could bring in the brown from the other page. I still want to find a place to get these little cookies, and I feel like it needs to be over here somewhere because that's where the cookies are going to be at. So let's see, let's look at the picture. Yep, it just shows them. So when you open the peekaboo pocket, you'll see the cookies there. I'm thinking down here, and what I'm kind of thinking is just a little circular element down at the bottom with a couple cookies on it. Something similar to what I have here for my embellishment clusters. And then I would take probably like 3 of these, put them around. One more. There we go. I think I'm going to actually use my little base here and have to make a new one because the green fits perfectly with my layout and I can easily punch another one. I like it. It's just a little something to represent the cookies that we made. But if I don't use those now, when will I ever use them, right? There's some yellow stars that I would like to bring in as my finishing touches. I think, let's see what we have here. I kind of want to use one of these and tuck it up. Let's move it to this side. Okay, so I am really liking this layout so far. I think I'm going to stop with my embellishing because I feel like making my border and decorating my border is part of my embellishing, and I don't want to overdo it and take away from this. Is going to be a very high energy layout anyway, because I'm going to have a lot of interacting with those peekaboo pockets. So the last thing I think that I want to add in is I found some word stickers, which word stickers are my ultimate favorite thing. And these are all Christmas related, so I thought if I could find one that would be perfect, I kind of would like to add it up there. So maybe something green, and I'm really actually being drawn to this one right here in the center that says, "Oh, Christmas tree." It'll be perfect right up here because it's right by the Christmas tree. And then that way I have words in all three of my cluster areas. And then my journaling, actually I could even maybe tuck the journaling right under, so it's touching that as well. So it's kind of like this will be the whole journal, this will be the whole cluster down here, including the journaling. And there we go. So we conquered another page in our book. I'm so excited, and I'm having, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm having so much fun with this series, and I hope that you are too. So for today, I will wrap this up, and we will be back again in a day or so with another video. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, if you like this video, please take a moment to click that like button. I really would appreciate it. And if you're just joining into this series, I will post at the end of the video, I will post a link to the playlist so you can catch up on the other videos, as well as other Christmas inspired videos I have done. Okay, so until next time, everybody, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.